When Prince Harry made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, the audience was already buzzing. Known for his attempts to distance himself from royal duties, Harry's title was immediately a point of contention that would carry through the show with unexpected energy. The lively tension unfolded when Kimmel introduced him with his formal title, sparking a spirited and humorous intervention from comedian Martin, who served as the episode's guest. The moment Kimmel announced Prince Harry, Martin cut in, interrupting with a playful yet pointed insistence. "We don't do royal titles here. It's just Harry." The quip set the tone for a lighthearted mock battle that would make the title the central character of the night. Martin's statement was blunt but playful, striking a chord that amused both the in-studio audience and viewers at home. As Martin continued to chime in with, "Just Harry," at every mention of royalty, Harry responded in kind, engaging in the banter with good-natured resilience. Harry, seemingly accustomed to such exchanges, joined in with an air of acceptance. At one point, he leaned into the joke, winking at Martin and responding, "Fine, you can call me Prince just this once." The crowd erupted in laughter, sensing Harry's playful embrace of the joke. However, Martin remained undeterred and dryly retorted, "Not a chance. Just Harry." The dismissal brought roars of laughter, showing the comedian's knack for walking the line between reverence and irreverence, a skill that can both charm and polarize an audience. Throughout the show, Martin kept the tension alive with remarks that humorously policed Kimmel's use of titles, creating an ongoing theme that sustained the comedic energy. Kimmel, noticing the friction between Harry's royal background and Martin's refusal to honor it, dubbed the comedian the hostage negotiator. The title stuck, and Kimmel referenced it several times, with the audience chuckling each time Martin jumped in to remind everyone that royalty meant little on his stage. As expected, online reactions poured in. Social media split into factions, with some fans of the monarchy feeling that the "Just Harry" bit undermined the dignity of royalty. They argued that such playful demotion may blur the respect traditionally afforded to royals, particularly for a figure once in line for the throne. Meanwhile, others delighted in the humor, seeing it as a refreshing example of a royal laughing at himself. Harry's relaxed approach, they felt, humanized him and reflected a natural resilience in his royal persona. The exchange left viewers captivated, whether amused or mildly offended, as Harry and Martin's banter became a trending topic on social platforms. The segment took on a life of its own, as the "Just Harry" commentary became a reference point for the remainder of the show. Kimmel kept the theme going, reiterating the hostage negotiator title and prompting more laughter as Martin playfully rejected all semblance of traditional royal respect. The three personalities, Harry, Kimmel, and Martin, meshed in a dynamic exchange that felt surprisingly personal, allowing viewers a peek into how the often buttoned-up world of royalty adapts to the relaxed and comedic atmosphere of American late-night TV. Despite the playful tone, this segment was also significant for Prince Harry. It offered a rare, relatable side of him, a royal who can laugh at his own expense and loosen the formalities that define his lineage. His responses showcased a person willing to be seen as approachable, not bound by the traditional formalities of "Your Highness" or "Prince." The dynamic ultimately underscored how much Prince Harry has adjusted since stepping back from official royal duties, embracing a normalcy that may have been impossible for him in the UK. Through lighthearted self-deprecation and his willingness to laugh at royal conventions, he seemed to embrace this newfound freedom on American soil. Though the tone of the segment was light and mostly respectful, it did spark discussions on the cultural view of royals in the United States versus the UK. Some viewers speculated whether British audiences might find the joking at royalty's expense inappropriate, perhaps even offensive, reflecting the differences in cultural perception of the monarchy. In Britain, the royal family has long held a revered status with an expectation of respect in public appearances. The lighthearted American approach felt almost foreign in its openness, yet Harry's comfort suggested a bridge between the two perspectives, showing how humor could be a unifying factor despite these cultural divides. The skit highlighted a continuing shift in Harry's public persona, subtly examining the contrast between his former life as a senior royal and his current public presence. This was not the first time Prince Harry had shed the trappings of royalty in favor of a more grounded public image. He has publicly expressed frustration over royal constraints, notably in his tell-all book and documentary appearances. Yet here on Kimmel's stage, the humor hinted at the ease and casual interactions Harry can now afford, a reminder of how drastically his life has changed. The evening's lighthearted, title-free Harry won the appreciation of those who saw this as a signal that titles and hierarchy matter less than the person himself. Martin's stance, while playful, symbolized the broader perspective that Americans often have on royalty, intrigued but ultimately indifferent to the strict titles and protocols attached to it. In the U.S., public figures are more often viewed through the lens of their personalities rather than titles, a factor that contributed to the relaxed atmosphere of the show. As the laughter and playful banter subsided, it was clear the interaction had captivated viewers. The contrast between Martin's insistence on dropping the title, Harry's ease in playing along, and Kimmel's gleeful facilitation of the exchange became a memorable moment in late-night history. While some may argue that titles were downplayed at the expense of royal respect, others will remember this as a defining moment where a prince showed he could be just Harry, inviting the world to see beyond royal status into the person underneath.